Hey guys, what's up everybody? 10VivMan here, bringing you yet another exciting X and Y Wi-Fi battle. Today's battle is an RU match that I had against my good buddy Clucknadus. And, again, it's RU. We've got some pretty interesting teams. He's got, honestly, a much scarier team than me, because he's got the big threats in Cobalion and Delphox. Chinchino's a big threat. It's a pretty decent defensive things, like Aromatisse, Sandslash, and, Gastrodon's always a pain for me, but, Sandslash is actually NU, but hey, it's pretty cool to see an RU. And I myself have a pretty random team, but hey, Registeel for rocks, Jolteon, which is a recent drop, Meloetta, Hitmontop, Fletchinder, and Clawitzer, because why not? So, but without further ado, we'll see how this battle pans out, and let's get the battle started. But yeah, I don't know. His team's very scary, but I know if I weaken it down, I've got a good chance to do some work later on with some other stuff. So, he leads off with the Sandslash as I lead off with my Clawitzer, predicting that. Of course, it is the shiny that I bred, my beautiful 19 IV special attack Clawitzer, but I love it. That's why I use it. But I know he's going to switch out into his Gastrodon, so just go for the Ice Beam as a middle ground, just to hit that. Maybe you get a freeze, but I don't get the freeze, so it's whatever. But anyway, I'm an Assault Vest Clawitzer, and this Clawitzer actually runs enough speed to outspeed uninvested base 70s. But anyway, he is going to just go for a safe Earth Power. As I bring in my Hitmontop, because I really have nothing else that wants to take an Earth Power. So I figure, okay, Hitmontop is probably my best thing to get damage on, even though that does a hell of a lot to my Hitmontop, which sucks. But what I can do now is I can go for a Toxic, not really caring what this Gastrodon wants to do. If he scalds, fine. I really don't even care if he gets a burn, because it's whatever. I'm kind of just leaving him on top in because I don't have an easy way to deal with this. So I figure, why not? I'll leave it in, try to Toxic it, which I do get off. And he scalds me, doesn't get a burn, which is pretty nice. Hitmontop lives another day, and it's still usable, so that's pretty fantastic. But I realize I really cannot do too much to this thing with my Hitmontop, so see, my main thing, I wanted to get the Toxic off, which I think was my main reason for bringing Hitmontop in, but now I can bring in my Meloetta and start threatening this thing as he actually double switches. Excuse me, sorry folks, I think I'm getting a little sick, I don't know why I'm narrating, but whatever. I call mine on the switch, or I think I just call mine in general on this Aromatisse, because I know he can't do too much to me, and he's just going to Aromatherapy off the Toxic on the Gastrodon anyway, so it's not too big of a deal. But, yes, but he's now seeing me with the Calm Mind. He probably figures I'm going to go for the Substitute next turn, as he brings out the Chinchino. Now, this was a very silly play on my part. I should have not Substitute. I completely forgot that he had the Chinchino. And, of course, people know Chinchino does have the Skilling Tail Slap, and I do not want to take that. It will break for myself and probably destroy my Meloetta in the process, so I'm pretty much forced to switch and go into my Registeel, which is a pretty good Chinchino check, as he just goes for the Tail Slap and does pretty minuscule damage to my mighty Registeel. So, taking those hits for days, and I'm just sitting here, chunk of metal, don't care. Do me at your worst, I say. Do me at your worst. And I think I have to cough again. Hang on. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Anyway, he's going to switch, I think, bring out the Sandslash again, because my Stealth Rocks are kind of obvious, as I do get them up here. But, not too big of a deal, because, hey, I just wanted to get rocks up. It forces him to Rapid Spin, which I'm not too concerned with. But I can't really damage this thing. I do not have Seismic Toss in this Registeel, which is kind of unfortunate because I can't gen anymore. So that kind of sucks. And I could gen, but I don't want to buy a save dongle right now because I really can't. I'm getting married, so I can't really spend the extra money on that kind of stuff. So, and marriage is more important than save dongles. So that's a thing. As he does Rapid Spin, gets the rocks up. But now here's the thing. I'm getting a little bit more recovery from leftovers. So Hitmontop is actually proving to be a little dangerous, as I am now able to get off another Toxic, and I catch the Aromatisse on the switch, which is pretty nice. Even though he can just Aromatherapy that off, I really am not too concerned, because, again, it forces him to make the aromatherapy again if he wants to keep his aromateas healthy, which is very convenient. So just going to switch out because I don't want to take a Moonblast, and I actually bring out my Fletchinder to take a Moonblast because why not? I know Fletchinder can take it, but he does end up going for the aromatherapy here just to get off that poison, which is fine by me. I really don't care too much, and you know, he can't really do too much to my Fletchinder. So now I cannot go for the Sword Stance just yet. Reason being, his Sand Slash is not weakened. I cannot sweep by any means at this point. I need to weaken down his team more. So I go for the Will-O-Wisp on the switch as I catch the Gastrodon yet again and status it, which is pretty nice. And yeah, that's pretty awesome. I just don't want to, you know, I don't want to stay in a Fletchinder and take a Scald and die. So I pretty much force the switch here. And I believe I bring back out my... Oh no, I bring out Meloetta. That's right, okay. As he goes for the Scald, and apparently he has the same luck of me of Scalds, because I can never get burns, and he can never get burns, so that's kind of unfortunate, but it's whatever, as he just gets some leftovers, and gets some burn damage. And yep, that's all fun and games, and fun and dandy, as he switches out, and I believe he now brings out the Cobalion. Now, unfortunately for me, I have no safe switch into this thing, as I just go for the Side Shock on the switch, possibly try to catch the Chinchino in case he predicts my substitute again. But no, he does make a pretty smart play and brings up the Cobalion. Now, I do not have a switch to this thing, so I just have to leave in my Meloetta to die from a Life Orb close combat, which is unfortunate, but what are you going to do? That's just sucks. I lose my Meloetta. But hey, you did a great Meloetta. It's, you know, nothing I can do about it. But anyway, I can now bring up my Jolteon and threaten this thing with a Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, you got it, you know, the whole fun and games kind of thing. Now, the switch to Gastrodon was so obvious, which is why I go for the Shadow Ball instead here. It would still been neutral damage on the Cobalion. Then that Shadow Ball is easily going to put it into a range where it's to a KO'd. Now, considering the fact that Gastrodon does have reliable recovery and recover, I figured he would switch here, which is why I tried a double switch. And I switch, I believe, into my Clawitzer. No, I bring in my Registeel, I think I was predicting the Aromatisse switch here. But much to my dismay, he goes for the Recover. Stays in and goes for the Recover, and now I feel like an idiot because I thought he was going to switch. Which absolutely sucks, mind you, but that's what I get for being a little aggressive. Then again, me switching into Registeel isn't really the most aggressive play ever, but you know what I'm trying to say here. But yes, I'm just going to get up Rocks again because I really don't care. I just want to get Stealth Rocks up. As he goes for the Earth Power. But Registeel is a man and takes this very, very well because of Registeel's great natural bulk. I think it's 80, 150, 150. So yeah, if Aegis Slash is bulky, this thing's even bulkier. Now, I was a little surprised at one of the comments I got in my last video about my rant on Aegis Slash. I really cannot describe it too much live, and I got smashed by invalid opinions, but that's whatever. As I just switch out, predicting the Scald into my Clawitzer to just take it, and Assault Vest Clawitzer takes it pretty well. Now, considering the fact that I don't have a ton of bulk investment, I have some, but I don't have a lot. I mean, again, I just have enough speed to outspeed base 70s, so... Now, I kind of predicted Cobalion to switch, which is why I go for the Aura Sphere. I could have gone for the Dark Pulse to try to get a flinch, but I decided that in case Cobalion switched in, Aura Sphere was definitely my better play, and I don't think he wanted to take that risk, which is why he just stays in and goes for the Aura Sphere. But I didn't want to take a risk and give that Cobalion an attack boost, so that's why I went for the Aura Sphere. So I could just take out the Gastrodon of 2 Aura Spheres, and that Gastrodon is no longer a concern, which is great. That's one ground type gone for Jolteon. And now he brings out the Cobalion yet again. And I'm just like, oh my god, what do I do against this thing? I've got to switch out. And I'm now more inclined to actually sack my Hitmontop at this point. Because why not? I really don't need Hitmontop for too much else in this battle. But check this out, guys. Life Orb Close Combat. I was only at 57 HP and Hitmontop tanks that hit. What a man. Hitmontop is such a pro. Look at this man just taking those hits. all day, every day. I'm doing my Fiesto. I'm just dancing two-step, motherfucker. I'm in this rain like nobody's business. Now, he makes a kind of weird play. He could have just killed me, but he is allowing me to get some damage off on this Sand Slash as I just go straight for a close combat. I have no reason to switch out. I'm leaving him on top as fodder at this point because I don't have a point to leave it in. But I am trying to get some more damage off of this hit on the Sand Slash as I again go for a close combat, getting more damage off on the Sand Slash. It is now at a range where I can pretty much easily go into my Fletchinder. If I get a set of opportunity, I can do some severe damage to his team. As he does rapid spin, gets the rocks off of the field, but that's unfortunate. But anyway, yes, he's just going to rapid spin and get some leftovers recovery, which is fine. Now, I could have predicted the switch to Aromatisse here, but I'm like, close combat everything, two-step foot in your face. And even though it doesn't do anything, but yeah, you know what? It's funny. I just love how close is its size, and the animation just does a handstand kick and all that fun jazz. So, but yes, Hitmontop has definitely pulled its weight in this match, taking hits and toxicing things, close combating things, weakening things, being a great all-around pivot. So, good job Hitmontop, as I can now go into my Fletchinder, not really scared of anything this thing has to do, as he goes for the Moonblast. As you can see, I take that very, very well, which is great. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on a weakened team, you let Fletchinder get up to +2. You are not in for a good time, as he brings out the Delphox. And I can now go for a Sword Stance, because he cannot damage my Fletchinder conveniently enough of the Aromatisse. As I go for the +2 Adamant Acrobatics, that is a dead Delphox, ladies and gentlemen. Down that goes. And, yes. It's all downhill from here. Fletchinder's going to go for another Acrobatics. Doesn't KO the Aromatisse, but he cannot KO me either with a Moonblast. So going to bring me down to about a little bit more than a third, I want to say. Actually, it might be a little less than no, it's less than a third. I can't math. It's okay. But anyway, yes, Fletchinder is again going to go for the Acrobatics, knock out this Aromatisse, and that's pretty much GG from here, because his entire team is at a point where they cannot take a +2 Acrobatics. Cobalion is less than half. That is now going to die from the Acrobatics. Sand Slash is down to half, and Cinccino lacks priority. And it does not have it lacks priority, it is very frail. Even at full health, pretty much full health, it's going to die. And it's just fantastic. Cinccino goes down, and the final Pokemon he has is that Sand Slash. And, again, I could not have killed the Sand Slash at full health, but he allowed me to get the Sand Slash down to low health where Fletchinder could just clean up. And, guys, that is the game. Fletchinder is a humongous threat in this tier because of Gale Wing's flying priority, ladies and gentlemen. And people thought Fletchinder would be terrible to lower tiers. Fletchinder is RU for a reason. It was bumped up from NU because it is so good. It is an amazing revenge killer, amazing cleaner, and it just destroyed. It just completely cleaned up. And mind you guys, that was still a 5-5 battle, and that was quote-unquote late game. That's what Fletchinder does. It's fantastic. But I hope you guys enjoy this battle. Rate, comment, sub. And if you don't know Clucknadus, definitely check him out. He's got a Facebook fan page. He's got a YouTube channel where he uploads Mario Kart, and I think he uploads a Pokemon battle every now and then. Definitely check him out. Very popular guy. Very awesome guy. So definitely check him out. Rate, comment, sub, and later, guys.